Shit. Right.
Yep.
Goddamn, Juwan next to Don.
Except for my STEEZ, know what's going on. Yes, Lord.
Goddamn, bringing y'all round one, 2025, AFL, Carlton versus Richmond Tigers.
Yep. We're here to talk about Richmond's 82-69 win over Carlton. And, yeah, it was actually a pretty entertaining game, but things didn't go how pretty much anybody, I think, this season would have predicted. It was pretty crazy, man.
Yeah. I definitely tipped Carlton going into this. Everybody in our tipped Carlton going into this. I think Richmond was supposed to be ass, so I don't know what the fuck happened. But shit, I mean, just getting into the game, the niggas definitely did look ass that first quarter. I think, unfortunately, that was y'all best quarter.
Unfortunately. Underscore.
But that shit, it was one of those times was just, y'all was just looking like the better of the bad teams on some shit. Like, I don't think there is no cohesion or nothing like that. I don't know what y'all practice for in the off season. I guess is what I'm saying.
Both teams had a lot of fumbling. Like you could attribute that, I guess. Well, at least early on, it seemed like it was maybe early season jitters, potentially everybody fumbling the ball on both sides. But Carlton continued that throughout the whole game, man. It just looked bad, and they lost momentum, and Richmond gained momentum like as each quarter went on.
Yeah. That is something that I was pointing out during the live, that Richmond just seemed to get better and better each quarter, and Carlton really stagnated off the first. And like you said, the first wasn't even a great performance. So
the score line looked like it did, but if you really sit and watch it, it wasn't in too convincing fashion.
Yeah, I think there wasn't really any set shots. I think two of y'all early goals was just awesome, just out the back, really lucky type shit or some shit. But and Richmond just couldn't find a 450 at all that first quarter. Y'all pressure was looking decent at first, and then I don't know what happened the rest of the game. That shit just dwindled off.
Yeah, Carlton, if you follow Carlton at any point in the past, the last couple of years, it just seemed like it's more of the same with Carlton. Like there's no improvement. The tackling pressure, during our live stream I alluded to, it seemed like this was back in the David Teague era of playing defense. There was a lot of corralling, not enough tackling, bad positioning. It was just really everything wrong. There was only a handful of players, and I think that's kind of being generous as far as from the Carlton perspective of as far as really putting together a real good impact on the game. And just for context too, you're going against a Richmond side who many predicted to not even win a game, maybe win 2 games. And a lot of 18-year-olds, debutantes coming in. Everybody knows that they lost a bunch of players in the last couple seasons. They lost their coach. And, it was, like we said earlier, it was just expected for Richmond to really get rolled over this game, and that was far from true. The pressure was great, really, as the game went on, and Carlton really fumbled under pressure, man. It was just, even when there wasn't actual pressure, but the perceived pressure, it was just the same shit over and over again. Just terrible ball use. Richmond was able to just run back from their D50 to their 450 just easily with no really obstruction. And that's indicative of the forwards, the small forwards of Carlton not really having much of an impact. It was just crazy, man.
Yeah, I really think y'all got beat out the center mounts a lot.
For sure.
To, like, in the beginning, I keep alluding to the beginning and seeing how it dwindled off, because at first it did look like Tom DeConing was somewhat having some type of control over the hit outs and where the ball was going, but I don't know, as the game went on, as Nan Curvis kind of figured TDK out, it just seemed like he just shut all that shit down. He put that grown man strength on him, and TDK started getting thrown around. And I think that's kind of when the game just really flipped, when they started controlling the midfield and being able to get clean possessions out the middle into their 450. Because on the opposite end, that was y'all biggest struggle, just not having clean looks inside the 50, nobody making leads, nobody really trying to get the ball when when it's time to score type shit.
Bombing the ball inside 50. The same old Carlton. It doesn't work when you have Charlie Curnow and Harry Mackay together. So the fact that we didn't have Charlie Curnow this game, and you still continue to bomb it when we have such a small forward line, it just doesn't make sense. And that's a real big coaching issue that I'm not understanding what Michael Voss is trying to do here. And another issue I had with Michael Voss was I really wouldn't like Sam Doherty off the bench to start the game in the first place. But
that didn't make any sense.
And then you put him in, it's way too late by the time you put him in. And when he does get put in, he looks like the most impactful player on the field for Carlton.
It's like that immediately too. And
immediately.
It's like y'all been doing this too. It's like I really don't understand. But you want to get into some more players, just some more individual player breakdowns?
Oh man, Nick Haynes was terrible. The new defense. He's supposed to be helping Jacob Wiedering back there. Jacob Wiedering had a good game. Yeah. I liked Sam Doherty. I liked Jack Savani's. At the end of the game, it seemed like Jack Savani and Sam Doherty were really at least trying to win the game. Jack Savani had a couple marks. A couple marks inside 50. One of them wasn't paid, which I think should have been paid. And that's another thing. And Richmond definitely won this game, but there's just a lot of inconsistent efforts with the umpires too, with paying marks and throws, and sometimes you pay them, sometimes you don't. It just really didn't make a lot of sense. And I'll give them just a little grace, I guess, because it's the first game of the season. But it still was just bad, bro. Like, Nick Haynes' hands were on backwards this game. He dropped so many marks, bro. Adam's side, out of position, bad. Walsh had a bad game. And at this point, Walsh should be a game-breaking midfielder at this point in his career, in my opinion, given the expectations that you had. Like, Adam's side was out of position. He just looked like a shell of himself. He didn't really look – it was just crazy, man. It was very uncharacteristic, and that's saying something with Carlton.
Yeah. On the other hand, coming into this, I wasn't expecting much from Richmond. So I wasn't really paying attention to the players until later on in the game. But just Jack Ross in their midfield, Tom Dow putting up great numbers, Tim Taranto.
Thompson Dow fucked us up in the fourth quarter. The second half.
Out of nowhere. And then Tom Lynch, he wasn't even that effective. I think he had their first goal to get them going, but after that, Tom Lynch was kind of quiet the rest of the game.
Most of their goals, it seems like from the Richmond side, were not even really off marks inside 50. It was just running us out the gym, rebound 50s, and getting goals in general play.
Speaking of that last goal they had on y'all, fucking the young gun, Seth Campbell, just beat y'all in the foot race. That was, man.
It was over.
That was a terrible way to go out.
It was. But and I can say that I knew it was over whenever we actually had the last opportunity to score, and Cripps had the handball over the top to Matty Cottrell when he tried to do the banana right in front of the goal, when we could have had maybe another handball to have a kick right in front of the goal, and we were wasteful of opportunity. It was just, everything was just bad, bro. It was just really crazy, bro. I'm not gonna lie. And also, we gotta highlight the number one pick from this draft, Sam Lalore. I believe that's how you say his name. He had 2 goals this game, and he had a pretty good impact, man, this game. So it was very impressive, like you were saying. No expectations for Richmond, but their backline held it down. They have, if you want to have an experience in anywhere, when you're under the pump, it's good to have experience in the defense, and I think they did good there.
I don't know about y'all know about that boy McIntosh Globetrotter out there putting in work.
Globetrotter, man, that was crazy. Oh, also another thing too to keep in mind of, like, not necessarily as far as skill in the game or anything like that, but Tom Lynch potentially could be facing a suspension off the shoulder that he had to TDK, Tom DeKoning's head, which fuck him. But, you know.
Shit. That's all I really got for the game.
Just going forward, man. Richmond did not look like a bottom side in this game. Granted, I don't think they probably could have scored more goals. They were very efficient with their goal scoring. Carlton was not. Goal accuracy was bad. But it really looked like the whole script was flipped. Like, I wouldn't say Richmond is a top 8 side, but they looked the part this game, and Carlton looked like a bottom 4 side.
Yeah.
And next week, Carlton's about to get smoked by Hawthorn if they continue to do this effort. Something has to change. But there's nothing that makes you think that something is going to change, because these are the same classic issues that Carlton has been facing. I've been saying the same shit for like 3 years now.
It was facts. Yeah, so in conclusion, shit, Richmond gonna be a team niggas might have to look out for the first, few weeks till they're well tested. Carlton, I don't know what to say about y'all in closing.
Midfield is way too small.
I don't know, but that backflip was the egg on the slide right there.
It was. Was that Campbell?
Yeah.
I'll be paying attention a little bit more to Richmond. If they do end up being who we thought they were, which is terrible, that speaks more volumes to how Carlton is, and I'll just be further disappointed.
Okay, yeah. Other than that, man, that's it. Y'all like, comment, subscribe, all the YouTube shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Vote y'all, man. Hey!